Checking in, please.
Welcome to Sendai, Japan. Cannot wait to show you what we're going to do here starting tomorrow.
Good morning from the train that is going to take us to our first stop today, which is Yamadera Temple in Sendai. We just had an amazing breakfast, which helped us fuel up because it's about an hour-and-a-half train ride out into the countryside. But then from the train station, it's only like a 5-minute walk up to the temple. And this is something that I saw on Google Maps actually, and I just fell in love with. And I was like, we have to go here if it's going to work out. And it turns out it is. We're supposed to have good weather. We are still bundled up because it is winter basically, but we're hoping that we'll feel warm.
Have arrived at Yamadera. Earlier this morning, Jeff told me it was going to be really warm at about 48 degrees. And as soon as we stepped off the train, I immediately wanted to get back on because it's not warm. Is it, Jeff?
It's brisk. It's a little brisk. Turns out it's still there's snow in the mountains. Alright, we're on the move. Like any good temple, requires a lot of stairs. And in this case, snow and ice. I don't think I'm ever gonna hear the end of this one, because Bree is absolutely freezing. The total cost to get in is $300 per adult, which is pretty cheap, and it goes towards the upkeep of the temple, so definitely worth it. They also rent out booths, but given that it's not exactly a deep snow, it's just kind of icy, we opted not to get them. I think that sign is telling us how many steps we've done and how many we have left, which means we're about halfway there. There's an unsung hero back there cleaning up the snow and ice on the stairs, and he stopped what he was doing actually and looked at us and pointed out our shoes and had a good laugh. And so do we. We admit this is not the smartest we've ever been.
So the hike was actually not that bad, and surprising even to me, it did warm up quite a bit because you are hiking, but it's such a beautiful little temple, and I'm really glad we made the trip out here. This is one of the better day trips I've seen from Japan, in Sendai that is.
One of the things that I really have loved about being here in winter is that if you see the mountains behind me, you'll see that the tree line, because it's all dead, just makes it look like there's a thick black Sharpie outline on the mountains, and it looks absolutely incredible. Mission accomplished. That is a wrap. That was one of the best temples I have ever been to, and I'm excited to see what else this prefecture has in store for us, because in a couple days we're going to go see something really incredible.
But not before we do something equally as cool tomorrow. Welcome to Matsushima. This is considered to be one of the 3 best views in Japan. One other one is a bay, we think, and the other one is going to be the
Torii Gate at Miyajima.
And the other one is going to be the Torii Gate at Miyajima. What is it? So today we're here, we're just going to check out this view and see if it's worth the hype. It is 1:23 p.m. and it takes about 40 minutes to get here from Sendai. It took us a little bit longer because we went to the grand opening of a sticker store and we ended up spending about an hour of our time there. So if you want to come here, probably come earlier than us because it will be less busy then. To be honest, when Jeff showed me photos of this bay, I didn't think it was going to be worth it. I thought it would be kind of Definitely seen better views in my life, but now that we're here, it's actually really pretty. It's kind of like a Japanese version of Halong Bay.
I definitely underestimated it too. But yeah, Japanese version of Halong Bay is a perfect way to sum it up. Beautiful little islands. They have temples on some of them, these very striking red bridges. It's just very Japan. And I think it would probably be even better in spring or fall when you get a little more color, but loving it right now. So this temple behind me was commissioned by Masamune Date, who was the shogun of this era and who founded Sendai. And inside there are statues of the 5 wisdom kings that are only put on display once every 33 years. So in your lifetime, you'll probably want to see this once or twice, which is crazy to think about. One of the most popular ways to see this awesome little bay is actually by sightseeing tour on boat, and it's about 1,500 or 2,000 yen for a 50-minute tour around the bay. You can also take it to like the next town up and then take the train all the way back to Sendai if that's where you're coming from, or when you start your journey, go all the way to the next town and then take the boat trip back.
So we're walking across to the main island where you have even more of a viewing point, and it costs about 200 yen per person, so about $4 USD.
We have left the bay and we are on our way to the Snow Monkey Park in Nagano, Japan. And I'm sorry I'm not making eye contact with the camera very often, but it's incredibly slippery. And we didn't write crampons again. So we took the early morning bus, the first one at 9 a.m. at 9:10 actually. It was 1,500 yen per person, and then it drops you off. You have about a 7-minute walk to the start of this trail, which is 1.6 kilometers or 1 mile. And it's relatively flat. The first bit was about 20 meters of steps and incline, but it is slippery. We've seen someone eat it already, and there's no guardrail. I mean, right to my left is just straight down. It's a little slick right here. Careful. Yeah, just sit down. We saw a whole family just toboggan basically. Nice. It's chaos.
pretty crazy being here considering Jeff and myself have only seen this in nature magazines, nature documentaries, and we're here right now in the flesh, and it is absolutely incredible. This might be one of the best day trips I've done in Japan, and if you've ever been to Japan, you know that Japan has incredible things to offer all across the board, but this one might be at the top.